YouTube just deleted 16 channels with a combined 4.7 billion views and permanently wiped out roughly $10 million a year in creator revenue. And every faceless channel creator is panicking right now, asking the same three questions. Is YouTube banning AI channels? Which niches are safe and which ones will get you terminated? And how long does it actually take to make money through your YouTube channel? I'm answering all three in this video, and I'm going to give you the answer to each one that nobody else is giving you. Question 1. Is YouTube banning faceless AI channels? No, but they are banning a very specific type of content. And if you don't understand the difference, you're going to end up on the wrong side of it. In July 2025, YouTube renamed their old repetitious content policy to inauthentic content, and they've been enforcing it hard ever since. In January 2026, they permanently terminated channels like Screen Culture and KH Studio, which were cranking out fake AI-generated movie trailers. Those two channels alone had over 2 million subscribers combined and more than 1 billion views between them. YouTube didn't just demonetize them, they deleted them entirely. And then through early 2026, thousands of smaller faceless channels got their monetization suspended because YouTube's detection system can now spot the patterns behind mass-generated content. But here's what you need to understand. The word AI doesn't appear a single time in YouTube's inauthentic content policy. They're not targeting AI. They're targeting channels where every video looks, sounds, and feels the same because nobody was actually involved in making the content. The founder of Screen Culture told Deadline that his team of 12 editors were specifically exploiting YouTube's algorithm by producing fake trailers as fast as possible and creating multiple versions of the same trailer. That's what gets you banned. Google is spending billions of dollars building tools like Veo 3, Gemini, and AI Studio. They're not going to invest all that money and then ban you for using it. What they don't want is someone finding a template that works, copying it 100 times with different topics, and calling it a channel. It doesn't matter whether you filmed something with a $6,000 camera or generated it with AI. What matters is whether there's a human being making real creative decisions somewhere in the process. So if you're actually choosing your topics with intention, writing scripts that bring a real perspective instead of just summarizing whatever ChatGPT spits out, and producing content that feels like it came from a real person, you're fine. YouTube has no reason to come for you. The channels that got hit completely removed themselves from the process, and YouTube noticed. But here's where I think differently from most YouTube gurus. Even if your channel is completely safe from demonetization, you're still in trouble if AdSense is your only way of making money. YouTube can change CPM rates, rewrite policies, or adjust how ads get served at any time, and there's nothing you can do about it. The smartest thing to do is to have affiliate links in every video description so that even if something happens to your ad revenue, you've still got income coming in from the products you recommend. Question 2. What niches should you avoid and what are the best ones to get into? Let me run through the danger zones first, because some of these will get you permanently terminated, not just demonetized. First, AI-generated revenge stories and fake drama. These look like obvious spam and they're getting removed immediately. Second, fake AI history, especially anything involving wars or political events that are happening right now. YouTube is genuinely concerned about creators spreading propaganda and misinformation, and they're not taking chances. Third, AI-generated nature and wildlife content. Channels like Stories Told got flagged for repetitive AI-narrated animal content, even though the individual videos had different titles, because the format was identical every time. Fourth, celebrity drama with AI-altered thumbnails. If you're using AI to make it look like a celebrity is crying or in some dramatic situation that never happened, you're asking for trouble, and you could also face legal issues. Fifth, sensationalized news. Elon Musk Fan Zone had 1.3 million subscribers and was reportedly making serious money, but the content was heavily sensationalized and not always based on verified information, and their revenue collapsed. Sixth, content targeting kids with AI characters. The FTC can charge up to $42,000 per video if content directed at children isn't properly marked. So this is one you don't want to mess with. And seventh, make money online content that uses specific dollar amounts in the titles, like $10,000 a day, because YouTube flags that as making income promises to viewers. Now, the niches that are actually working well in 2026 tend to share three characteristics. They allow for long-form content, meaning 30 minutes or more, which means more watch time and more ad breaks per video. They target an audience that's 40 and older, because that demographic has disposable income, watches for longer sessions, and advertisers pay a premium to reach them. And they connect to English-speaking audiences in the US, UK, Canada, and Australia, where the RPMs are highest. Some specific niches that fit all three. Personal finance for Americans over 50, because that audience is always researching retirement planning, Social Security, and investing. And the RPMs can reportedly hit $20 to $50 per thousand views. Longevity, anti-aging, and health for older adults, which is one of the fastest growing interest categories right now. Cruise tips and retirement travel, which sounds niche, but the numbers are wild, because the average cruise passenger in their late 50s has serious disposable income and is actively looking for recommendations before they book. No code and automation tutorials, because every small business is trying to automate their workflows, and the SaaS companies behind those tools have some of the best affiliate programs out there. And cultural explainer content between English-speaking countries, like explaining British or Australian culture to American audiences, and the other way around. But when I'm evaluating a niche, I'm always looking past the RPM at what I can actually sell to that audience. Personal finance viewers are shopping for budgeting apps, credit cards, and brokerage accounts, and those affiliate programs pay $50 to $200 per referral. Cybersecurity viewers are looking for VPNs and password managers, and some of those programs pay up to 100% commission on the first sale, with 30 to 35% recurring on every renewal after that. No-code viewers are searching for tools like Zapier and Make, and SaaS affiliate commissions in that space can run anywhere from $50 to $500 per referral, depending on which plan the customer signs up for, with a lot of them paying you recurring commissions every month the customer stays subscribed. Health and longevity viewers are buying supplements, wellness apps, and fitness programs. Even cruise content has affiliate opportunities through booking platforms and travel gear recommendations. If a niche has strong RPMs, but nothing you can recommend in the description, you're leaving the biggest revenue stream on the table. Question 3. How long does it take to actually make money? The honest answer is that it depends on how you define making money. If you're setting up affiliate links from day one, you could technically earn your first commission within the first week or two if you target the right buyer intent keyword and someone finds your video through search and clicks through. You don't need to be monetized by YouTube for that to work. But building consistent income takes time. You need 20 to 30 videos in your library because each one is an entry point for viewers to discover your channel through search. And each one has an affiliate link in the description working for you around the clock. Most channels that are doing this properly start seeing real momentum somewhere around month 2 to month 4. The biggest variable is the niche you picked and the affiliate programs you're promoting. A niche where affiliate commissions are $5 per referral is going to take a lot longer to build meaningful income than a niche where commissions are $100 to $200. If you're in the VPN space and you're earning $50 per referral, you only need 20 conversions a month to hit $1,000 in affiliate income. That's 20 people across all your videos clicking a link and signing up. With 25 or 30 videos ranking for different search terms, that's very achievable, even on a channel with a few thousand subscribers. But if you picked a niche where the best affiliate program pays $5 per signup, you need 200 conversions a month to hit that same $1,000, which is a completely different challenge. That's why the research matters so much before you start uploading. And honestly, the people who make this work are the ones who stay consistent and keep improving their content, even when the first 10 videos don't perform the way they hoped. The people who upload 5 videos and quit when they don't see immediate results are the same ones asking the same questions 6 months later. Which niche are you in or thinking about getting into? Drop it in the comments, and I'll tell you if there's real affiliate money there. While you're there, don't forget to like and subscribe.